Hey there folks, do a quick video on my trip to the New York City Knife Show. Had a really good time, met some great people. I met Nick from Menovade, who gave me my pimped out dodo. One thing about Nick that I want to say, he is a gentleman. He's a genuinely good person, and I wish him well in all his endeavors. He's very talented and really outgoing person, and it was pretty cool. I learned a lot from him. He showed me a couple of knives. He showed me this knife that he got from, I'm not going to remember where it's from. But anyway, he showed me this beast of a knife. Man, I can't. Do you remember that knife? The name of that knife?
No.
Can't remember it. Anyway, here's my dodo. Oh, so what you see here in front of you, if you've never been to a knife show, you can sign up for lotteries for various knife companies. This one is Rick Hinderer. This one was some other guy that had this heavy-duty flipper knife that I never heard of, but it was pretty sweet. Really tight, huge knife, bigger than Hobacks. It was a big flipper knife, really good detent. But he was asking like a ridiculous amount of money, like $950, and I just didn't see paying that for a knife that I never heard of. Even though the knife was beautiful, it was full tie. Some other people just had that. You basically had to put your name or your lottery. Yeah, everyone had their own thing. This person had tickets. Rick, of course, had the fanciest one. Thing is, people think, and there was a couple of kids to sign up for these lotteries, and they thought that because they signed up, they were going to get a free knife. No, the lottery was because these knives are in such demand that you put your name in the lottery, and then if you get picked, you get to pay it at the cost that the basically the dealer sells you. So if you get a Rick Hinderer, you get the XM24 or the XM18 at what Rick charges when he sells it from his factory, not at the hyped up prices aftermarket costs. So that was the deal. But it was funny because a couple of kids signed up. They signed up for a knife, and they thought that they were getting a free knife. Nah, they still had to pay the price. So I think the Rick Hinderer was going for like for the XM18 was going for like $389. And then the XM24 is going for like $550. Anyway, I had a really great time. Again, I got to hang out with Nick from Menovade, who seems pretty cool. I get to saw some of the other guys there that I always see on YouTube. I didn't get a chance to talk to them, but I saw Jeff from Tough Thumbs. I saw him floating around with his pink shirt. Same thing with Mike from Gavco. Gavco was there. They were wearing these pink Hinderer shirts. I don't know if they had some deal with Rick to basically walk around the place with these pink shirts promoting his knives. But here's the knife that I got from Nick, the pimped out dodo. I'm not going to go too much into it because he already did a great video on it, but he basically did a bang-up job on this knife. I mean, the detail on this knife is so beautiful. He hit it exactly what I wanted. I know the picture, if you've seen my video, it's a little more detail on it, and the characters are a little bit smaller and plentiful, but this is perfect. I didn't expect him to do exactly what I had, but he hit it right on the nail. He hit it perfect. I mean, now this is a this is a collector's knife to begin with, but now it's pimped out by Nick from Menovade, and it's beautiful. He did an awesome job, and he's very gracious. He's asked me if I wasn't happy about it. He can fix it. Nick is just a gentleman, and you can see the centering is perfect on this knife. You know, he did a really good job, and of course, you know it's moon glow, glows in the dark. You already saw it on his video, but I really like the intricacy of the design. I actually told him, you got to do like a video on how you do this, but he says, no, I can't. You know, so he keeps that close to his vest, but he definitely has a skill. All right, let me put this there. So I did sign up, and again, everyone had these fancy cards, and I got to meet Mark Begg, Todd Begg's brother. He was there with a couple of Bodega knives and a couple of other knives, you know, with sheaths, fixed blades, and I signed up. He had the least fanciest lottery system. He basically had a pad. It's a regular pad. You write your name down, you ripped it up, you threw it in like a brown paper bag. It was really pretty cool, you know. He seemed like a pretty cool guy. He's humongous. Mark's like, he's got to be like, I don't know, 7 feet tall. He looks like a WWE wrestler. So I entered myself into this lottery, and I was very surprised because we walked into a room separate from where they had the knife show, and it was only like about 8 people that showed up for this Todd Bodega knife, and I got all excited because here comes Mark and his partner with the knives. They only had about, I don't know, 4 or 5 bodegas they were going to give out at dealer cost. So it was going to cost $850 for the regular orange with the G10 titanium, and then of course the more expensive ones, the carbon fiber, were like maybe $950. I forget exactly what, and then up and up and up. And they had a couple of fixed blades also. But he's about to call the lottery, and there's only about 8 people there, you know, and he's going, maybe we should wait for more people. I go, nah, go ahead, call it out. Called out the first name. The gentleman wasn't there. He calls out the second name, and guess who it was? Me. Oh my God. The 8 people were applauding because they were so happy for me. But dude, my Grail knife is now in my possession. I mean, this is a beautiful knife, and I love it, and I thank Nick for it. But oh my goodness, let me just put this aside. Let me clear this aside for this beautiful, and I'm a flipper guy, and here it is. I actually got myself a Bodega knife. So I'm very happy. Christmas came early. My girlfriend purchased it for me. Thank her very much for understanding my crazy hobby. Yeah, you know, to us guys, it's not crazy, but I got this. I was actually talking to Mark, and I was talking about, he had a Boker Field Marshall. I don't know if you guys saw the Boker Field Marshall that he basically did the cracked ice and changed the pocket clip for Knife Thursday. He had those available. We can actually purchase it from the BEG website. You can buy it for $300. And then he said if I want to send in my Boker Field Marshall, he can tweak it. He could put basically an IKBS bearing system in it, make it flip nicer. He'll do the cracked ice for like $200. He was willing to do that. So if you guys have a Boker Field Marshall that you bought for $87 for $200, it can be pimped out nice and could flip out beautiful. But I was so happy when he called. I couldn't believe it. The second name he called was me. Just like Gavco, who did really well. You know, he won the Hinderer. He won the lottery for the Hinderer. You know, I already have a Hinderer, as you guys know, and and that's another thing. I got to meet Rick Hinderer, who's a gentleman. What a gentleman that guy is. So unassuming and a very nice person. Talked to him for about 20 minutes. You know, more than I expected. He took the time to speak to me, and he was a true gentleman. Rob Orlando, the business end of the company, I also got to meet, and he was fantastic also. But gents, take a look at this. Take a look at this bodega. This is going to keep me happy for the remainder of the year until I decide I want to buy more flipper knives. But this thing is a work of art. It really is. One good thing about the show, just look at this cracked ice design on this thing. Isn't that beautiful? Look how intricate that design is. Anyway, one good thing about the show, I've never been to a knife show before, you know. And this was a smaller one. This New York City knife show was pretty small. It was held in New Jersey. It wasn't... I actually expected a lot more people. I'm told that the one in Vegas or Blade is really the show that I really have to attend. Those are the ones where you get to see everybody. But one good thing about it is, you know, all these knives that you see on YouTube, you know, I actually got to touch. I got to flip, and it was definitely a learning experience. Nick had his holdback on him. I've never got to touch that thing. I got to flip it a few times, and then the other knife, God help me, I can't remember the name of it, but I got myself on that order list. Hopefully that'll come up, but I'm sure Nick will remember, and if I remember, I'll pop it on the video. But yeah, so. I am a very happy person. I got this beautiful knife. Friggin' bodega, folks. Gents, I got a friggin' bodega. I couldn't believe it. There was only 8 people, you know. And actually, my girlfriend actually threw her name also in the lottery. And after I got mine, she was called like 4th. I could have got 2 of these bad boys. If I had brought more money, I could have had 2 bodegas. But I don't believe in buying a knife. You know, some people, you know, different strokes for different folks. They like to buy it and resell it. That's not me. I like to buy it for my collection, and that's it. I don't want to buy it and make a profit on it. I buy the Hinderer. I don't want to buy it. I don't make profit. I've signed up for the Hinderer lottery, but actually I can get it because I can get it through, you know, through the military law enforcement and public service deal that Rob Orlando and Rick provides for us. So I said, why bother? Why bother? You know, I didn't want to bump somebody out when they can get the chance to purchase it. You know, so I actually didn't stick around till 4. Plus, after I got this, all I wanted to do was go home and flip it. And this thing is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Titanium with G10 inserts. I'm not sure if the clip is titanium. It might be, but this thing's got this IKBS thing, and this thing flips. You know, it's so smooth. It's so smooth. It's like the smoothest thing I've ever flipped. Smoothest thing I've ever flipped. It's so beautiful. I can't contain my excitement. I was so excited I didn't want to talk to anybody else. I showed it to Nick when I got it. He was happy for me. A few people were there. I think they might have been fellow YouTubers, but I didn't recognize them. I only recognized Tough Thumbs, and only by his beard, and of course Gavco, and of course Nick. I think there were some other people in there, but anyway, just wanted to share that with you folks. So, you know, I got this today. Right? Very happy. This is all I intended to go to the show to meet Nick and pick up my newly pimped out Dodo. And then bonus, I got a Bodega flipper. I'm so happy. Nick was so happy for me. My girlfriend was so happy for me because Christmas is done. This is my Christmas gift. That's it. She doesn't have to get me anything else. All right, folks. I got some other clips from the Blade Show. I got a clip of this Japanese gentleman that makes these phenomenal hard steel knives. And I think I got his cutting test. I'll try to put that up. But just wanted to show you this. You know, I'm so excited. I just want to show you. I just want to share my excitement with you guys. Okay, folks. Thank you very much. Peace.